Well, hello, folks. I am live. Lots of exciting stuff going on tonight. I am going to be photographing stuff. I want to pull that off. I really don't need the light for the photographs I'm taking. I'm going to spray this down. Let's get a good clean twerk service this evening. Don't know what I'm going to be listing. I did pull a whole slew of stuff in here. I was going to get a second cart to put items on while I was so I wouldn't have to continue to go back and forth, but I think I'm just going to say the heck with that. Right now I'm looking for my spray bleach. I don't know where it's at. Hello, spray bleach. Where can you be? There it is. Just jumping in ahead of time, I am going to say there's going to be a lot of pants pulling up today. If you see me on video, pulling my pants is because I did not put a belt on. And I have no excuses. They had a bet going, Izzy and Tess. Oh shit! Dang it! You know that's 2 nights in a row that I have spilt my coffee. Let's let that bleach sit there and soak in, get its juices going. Let's see what I got over here on the cart. So normal stuff. There was one box I had to pull away and leave out of the room. I think I'm gonna have to do that somewhere else. It's a lot of pipe tobacco smell. It smells more like an ashtray, honestly. But I probably won't do that in here because it is kind of a confined area, and I don't know how long that smell's gonna prolong if I leave it. Okay, it's not perfectly white, but it's going to be good for now. Hello, thanks for jumping in. Just going to go through some of the odds and ends that we list on our auction weekly. A lot of times you'll find things. We have anything from antiques to vintage, glassware to a padded case to, I don't know, collectibles. You name it, we have it. I just recently put a bunch of, I've been running a lot of comics on our auction site thinking that I could draw some of the comic book collectors, but I just haven't found them yet. Most of the comics I'm running are probably Silver Age. That most of them were in the 90s. But I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about comics except, yeah, that's not good coffee. It was from this morning. It's cold. So yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I know a lot about comics. I try to sell them though. And yeah, I thought that ones I got, I thought they would have done really well. But who knows? So right now I'm sitting 58 lots behind, and it is 8:15 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. Let's say the inland Northwest because I don't want to be grouped in with Western Washington. Well, Washington, period. Anyway, so we're just going to start getting right into this. I did get a lot of vintage and even some modern motorcycle stuff. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I did put on some posters or some posts of there were some Levi's denim vests. I know they didn't come as vests originally. You could easily tell that the vests used to be a jean jacket at one point, but they're still cool with all the old Harley Davidson patches and stuff. I got 2 sets of saddlebags. Those were pretty cool. Interesting to note, something I hadn't seen before, but of course, you know, I don't look like the type of guy that's going to be driving around a Harley. But one of the vests, actually, it was leather, and it had buffalo nickels on the buttons with a chain, you know, that snapped in. on the opposite side of the buffalo nickel. But I thought that was pretty cool. And there was a set of, I've got 2 sets of saddlebags up. One of them is kind of the ones you could probably throw over your shoulders, like an actual horse saddlebag. It actually had silver. I want to say there's silver quarters. I couldn't see the year on the backside, but just by the look of them, they looked silver. But quarters that were made into almost like the rivet top. But I don't know what to call this. Aluminum. These are probably some of these. This just doesn't have a brand on it. So in that case, I'm just gonna put. Gosh, I don't know. There's a soft case inside. Protective case. I don't think there's any. No, that doesn't come up. And the bottom layer doesn't come up. But there's really no marking whatsoever. And inside there is a screwdriver head. Hello, thanks for jumping in. We're just working on trying to play catch up. Like I said, I am 58 lots behind where I want to be. I want to be at 300, and I'm at 242. Today is Tuesday, and I'm actually a little bit ahead. No, I'm not. Wednesday I should be at 400, Thursday 500. Anything over that is extra. So this is just one of those little, I don't know what they call them. I'll be completely honest with you. They're foam inside. Foam padded electronics case. Let's see what Google comes up with. There it is. You can actually buy replacement foam. It's not Pelican, but it's similar to it. We're just going to say hardcover, hard case, protective hard case. That's what we're going to say. Protective hard case. And I did not want to go to Amazon shopping for this one. And let me make sure I got the right consigner in there. I've used these for my cameras and stuff, packing electronics for flying. I'm going to put that in electronics because those are the people that are going to be interested. Protective hard case. I'm going to put for electronics. And of course we're just going to do the dimensions. These are pretty nice. They're a little bit bulky for me. I guess if you're more of a professional photographer than I am, 14.5 by 6 by 11.5, 14.5, 6, 11.5. Then you'd probably be used to carrying stuff like this. I like just carrying my cameras in a bag. I guess it'd be good to carry some extra lenses around with you. I just got back. One of the reasons, family comes first. But one of the reasons I was, you always have things that are going to come up. So this evening I had to go to the Charter Academies here in town, their awards, middle school awards program, which at Isabella got, she was part of the top honor roll, which is anybody that has a 3.5 to 3.99% GPA, which I think she said she had something around the 3.77 or something like that. I'm proud of whatever accomplishments my kids have, but I don't want them to be discouraged if they don't. As long as they're trying hard, I think that's all that matters. Doing their best and not slacking off. But even then, I never was one that wrote them a lot. I guess I was pretty hard. But just like any other parents, in hopes that they would better themselves. Because sometimes we as parents see potential where the kids just want to have fun. 6188. But I've been proud of what each one of them does. I'm not, whether they're rocket science or flipping burgers at a local hamburger joint. If that is their dreams and that's what makes them happy, then more power to them. Next thing we have up is a Star Wars Boba Fett bobblehead. This probably came out of, I'm just going to guess. No, it's Funko. Funko, it does have a little sticker off of the top of it. Or the residual of a sticker. I'm not even messing with it. It's not mine. It was consigned in. So we're going to leave it the same. And that's going to go under collectibles, which is $470. Should it go under action figures? $471. Funko. Not Dingo. Funko. That's what my phone thinks I was trying to swipe. Dingo. Fit. So as you can see, we went right into a hard case for your electronic storage to a Funko Boba Fett doll. And I might just have to turn on that light. I hope I don't blind y'all. Oh, I think, look at that. Oh, it's gonna, here it comes, folks. We're waiting to see. Okay, it's not terribly bad, and it didn't really make that much of a difference on this particular piece. So we're just gonna keep going here, working. See how fast I get this stuff done. Can I do it, folks? 6189. Fun Star Wars Funko 6189. We're gonna sit that right there on top. Okay, we have two amber decanters. I am going to do a Google or a eBay image search on these just to see if it'll pull them up and tell me whether it's probably Indiana glass, but I never rely on my memory. Of course, I took a picture on. Oh, look, there's. I did. Vintage square amber pressed glass decanter set, cut, Japan. I wonder how they could tell it was. I wonder if it says Japan anywhere on here. Oh, because it says Japan right on the bottom of the bottle. And this is going to go under glass, vintage glass. We have its own category. I'm going to add pattern to this. I do think amber is pretty cool, but it's just not something that I collect. Well, I gotta keep telling people I don't collect anything, which I really don't. I hold on to things for a little bit, and then I let it go. And I should probably put measurements in there so people will know. And let's do 3.5. It's actually 3 3/8. So that 3.5. 3 3/8, 4 1/4. No, it's 3.5. 3.5, 4 1/4, 3.5. I need to find out if there's a universal way that people put their dimensions in things. I usually go length, height, depth, but I think, or width, height, depth, but maybe that's not the best way to do it. You guys let me know down in the comments. We got this. As seen on TV, Prince trimmer, hair and beard. I wonder why I got the name Prince. Bathroom, we're going to do 330. Wonder how long ago it was seen on TV. So sometimes it's hard for me to type and talk at the same time. I guess I could sit there and zoom in on that camera. That might be better, so you can at least have a better chance of seeing what I am. Logitech. Let's see if this does it on the fly. Filters. Add. And I want to zoom. Oh, you know what I do? I just go to camera controls. That's all I do. I'm trying to be all extra fancy here, and I don't need to be. Camera control, zoom. And then, because I zoom, then I can tilt. And let's pan a little bit. Bam. Bam, bam. Okay. Apply. Okay. Then of course I'll have to do this for every single. Now we can at least see what I'm taking a picture of. There's nothing super fancy here, but these do sell for me here locally. It's just a hair and beard trimmer. I guess I should put trimmer in front. Hair and beard. Prince ES2505. Actually, I'm like hair and beard. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to add. I'm sitting here thinking, is anybody ever going to really do a search on the internet for the Prince ES2505? I'm sure the Prince is going to want to know if he's going to want his product to be out there, but there we go. Photographs here a little bit different. Well, I'm going to say not. I guess I have different theories about a lot of the stuff that we hear every day when we go out there and sell on eBay. I was going to plug this walkie-talkie set in that came in. I'm going to have to wipe all this stuff down. I tipped over the wooden tote or box. There's a wooden, like a chest that was filled with nothing but pipe stuff. And now there's pipe dust. I had to take it out of the room because it was okay, those are charging up because it was just getting too much. The smell was pretty bad. But it seems like when I tipped it, I actually spilled pipe or cigarette, I don't know. To me it smelled more like cigarette than pipe, but I didn't look that much into the box to find out what it was. But I did see a lot of pipes in there. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that inside or in this room, or I might be doing that out front or somewhere else. Sometimes you come across some interesting smells when you're doing other people's stuff. So I did get a couple laughs at the they asked us all to move in the rows to make room for people that are sitting in the back so they could get closer at this awards ceremony. I'm the type of guy, if there's an empty seat that I can sit next to, I'm that guy that wants to sit there. So I did do the joke. I coughed and mentioned that I haven't been able to get rid of that cough since I left, since I visited China. And there was a couple of chuckles from the parents around. So I'm glad someone had a good sense of humor. I could say this is a Utsuwu Japan sake set. That's what we're going to call it. Did I get it in there where you can see? Now, of course, I panned and tilted and everything else so that you couldn't see what was what I'm photographing. That's going 250, which is vintage glass. It's Utsuwa Japan sake set. That's all I'm putting in there. I might end the photo with a photograph for scale, throw a business card in there. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, it's all that freaking dust from the should at least turn on some music. I mean, what do I have to lose? See what else I got here. Looks like it's gonna need a little wipe down too. It's like a mad scientist drink mixing kit. Is there such a thing? I guess I should be a little bit more careful. This does look a little bit more delicate. It's like a mad scientist bar caddy. I think pretty much everything I'm going to have to wipe down after tipping that box over. Gosh. I'll never get rid of all that dust. Normally I don't wipe a lot of stuff down. But this is a quick wipe down. It's not like I'm scrubbing anything. It's pretty cool. Flammable liquid, biohazard mixer, some biohazard. This is going to be one of those things that somebody's bound to buy and want it shipped. Which I challenge accepted. Uh-oh. That was just a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger in diameter. Yeah, cool little drink set. I think it's more of a novelty thing. Everything's, the canter or the shaker is plastic. You could easily replace it with a stainless. I wonder what it comes up with. If it was a promo for a alcohol manufacturer or if it was something else. Biohazard barware. How about bar set? I do not see oh, mad scientist. Scientist. I was going to go with, we put that in the kitchen. Biohazard bar set. Metal stand. Plastic shaker. The rest. Glass. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 piece. Let's add in 7 piece just to make it seem even more exciting. They're just going to have to deal with my reflection in the shaker. This is a kind of cool thing. It is a couple of old wooden pipes. I'm going to just wipe them down just a little bit. Like I said, I don't know what I got on them. It does smell like pipe tobacco. It's a better smell than the other. Somebody must have used that for their. I wonder if it's part of a what do you call it? Police confiscation. I wonder if there was other stuff that may have been in there. Solid walnut. This would look pretty nice if it was all cleaned up, maybe done a touch up on sanding, and I'm going to put that under vintage. 200 solid walnut pipe stand with tobacco jar. It's stuff like this I like just looking at it. Again, it's never something that I would probably have myself. I have smoked a pipe in the past, but younger days. We're going to add the word vintage to this, or just a solid VTG. They just call it a tobacco pipe stand. I would say on the open market, probably about $50 would be a good price to add on this. I don't know, that's what I would do. And then leave room to wiggle when you're leaving, especially if you're including the pipes. I think that's a decent ask. I mean, by the time it's all said and done, I would think that if I was to put this on eBay, I'd probably get around the $40 mark on it. But I would list it as at 50 just to see. Hello, thanks for jumping in. We're just continuing to build lots. I am in a race to 300 listings, 6194, and I am pretty far behind for being this late in the day. Right from that, from the pipe stand, we are going to a whole bunch. I'm not dumping all of these out. A whole bunch of eggs, but they are Princess Heart Container Collection, Simply Dazzling. So, you know what, maybe I should. I wish there was something other than, this probably would be more of a mess than it's worth. See, that is why Kathleen's going to start making rules that I cannot drink anything in the picture area. I just spilt water. At least this time it was water and not coffee. But as long as my phone doesn't go on the fritz. If I screw my phone up, that is going to be terrible. See, that belongs to a different consigner. So I'm going to set that down there just so things can dry out. I'm an idiot. We'll throw that over there. Where did they all go? Most of it went on the floor. I will have to be honest with you. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So what I have there is a whole slew. Again, you never know what I'm going to come across here, what my consigners are going to bring. This is a lot of Princess Heart Containers Collection 1. And it's probably something you would find. It was probably a filler of those little 50-cent, 75-cent dollar machine games. I mean, if I was reselling, if I was just sourcing for selling on eBay, I don't even know if there's a market for these. We're just going to pile these up as high as we can and then photograph to where it looks like a big old pile. I might be spinning my wheels here. Can he do it? I feel like Bob the Builder. It's like it's like the domino effect. Oh. Okay, maybe if I let him spread out off to the side, It's if I move this hand right here, they're all gonna topple. Okay. You know what? That's about as good as it's gonna get. I just can't keep from playing with them. Okay. That's it. That's how they're going. I'm going to focus them all toward the center, and then I'm going to snap a photo. I'm going to throw that back there. Where did I put my wet phone? Oh, who we got in there? Jill Fritchley Kluzowski. I am doing pretty good. I am way behind for the day. If you watched me before, pretty much our lives are just usually me and Kathleen just cutting it up while we're trying to get listings done. Tonight I had to go to a award ceremony for my daughter. Her school had their 8th grade, or middle school I should say, award ceremony. So had to go there. Kathleen, my wife, she was doing, she's a 4-H organizational leader. So she had that meeting, and then so that leaves me to sit here and play catch up. I've been, right now I think I'm sitting, let's see, I think I have 50 lots to do tonight before I call it quits. So I'm going to be here quite a bit. I'm at 249. I'd like to be at 300 for the day. We really do try to get about 100 listings done a day on our auction site, which is comparable to doing eBay listings. I mean, it really is a lot of the same process, just a different app and going to a different platform, which is our own. Well, we actually rent the platform through HiBid, but it's branded under our business name. Princess Heart Container Collection 1. I just didn't know if there was a... Looky here, let's see. They're made by Tomy. It looks like the whole set. And one set of 6 metal tins. I don't even know if these are the same thing. I'm not going to count these. I'm just going to say a pile of them. And we're going to put those in our toys. 440. They're actually collector tins. That's why they're called tins, because they are actually tins. Princess Heart Container Collection 1, Simply Dazzling series. I find if I talk nicer to my phone in a nicer tone, it listens and it can actually translate my words into text a little bit more accurately. Oh, did I really? Yay! I wish Kathleen was here so that she could hear it. Collection. What's wrong with everybody else in the world? That's funny. So, you know what? Sometimes I just can't help myself. I'm probably even going to count these when I put them in the bag. Put them back in the bag just so I can make sure my listings are as accurate as possible. We try to pass on as much information on our listings as we can, because I do recognize that I do ship out a lot of probably about 10 to 12, 10 to 15 maybe packages a week, and so I know I do have people from far away that's looking at our catalogs and relying on us to do our best to make sure we accurately depict our items. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. It does help that I'll need to try that, being nice to the phone. She, I tell you what, we have had so many poor spellings in our listings. It's almost comical, and I think that our buyers find it comical as well. 22, 24, 26, 38, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 74, 76, 78, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 91, but I'm just going to say 90. That way they feel like they got a bonus when they get them, and take them home to count them and find they have one extra. Actually, I did just in case I made a mistake in counting, and I'll just leave it at around the next lowest round number. I would rather people feel like they got a heck of a deal, a better deal, than to just feel like they've been flat out lied to. So what are you doing this evening? Anything fun besides sitting here watching me do this? It's like some nights it's crickets in here. Some nights I have a couple people at least. But I used to put out quite a bit of content, but it just got to the point that I was just too busy working. I honestly don't know how some people put out so much content and get anything done at the same time. It's just, I guess, just different models. I'm still trying to grow this business. We have started year 2, and things are starting to pick up, I think. Every auctioneer that I have talked to, or auction house owner, said that they were not able to draw a paycheck until the 3rd year. But once that light switch was turned on, that I would say between the 2.5 and 3 year mark. But once that light switch turned on, they said it grew pretty quick. I'm hoping that's the case, but I want to move it up further. You just check on my daughter, and she is sick. Oh, she's worried she'll miss school. Oh, my daughter is in the one that's still living in the house. We actually have 5 kids, but only one still lives in the house, and she is in the 7th grade. She loves school, and that's why she gets bummed out. She's an odd duck of the family because none of their other sisters really cared for it too much. Spartus portable mini television. She liked school so much that when she was in I want to say it was the 5th grade, she was running for a class, some class officer or class president or something they were doing. They were studying about elections and going through that. So she was campaigning, and one of the things she was going to campaign on was more homework. And bless her heart. We told her that, you know, I understand that you like more homework, you love homework, but you have to consider more what the people want, and you might want to check to see what your public wants and how they feel about getting more homework every day. She's like, yeah, you got a point. There's not really much I can do to test this thing out other than I'm going to plug it in. I guess I could maybe... I don't even... Oh, there it goes. It works. Because everything's digital now. The sound works. You need to have some sort of digital converter. She hates making it missed work. Doesn't like school. Oh, she takes animal science at the vocational school. Oh, so you must be in the Midwest. Actually, what? No, it's not. Oh, you're in the East. I didn't realize how. I thought it was later here than it was. I'm going to assume. I think that is. I think vocational schools are a good program. I myself went to one when I was in school, and I don't know if it was recently. I saw it was brought back up, but somebody was saying that they were talking about how much more it was someone in high school, how they were never told by guidance counselors how much a journeyman electrician or plumber, how much they work, how much they get paid per hour compared to an entry-level position in the corporate world, which is really true. Skilled trades are hard to... I think there's a shortage of people that do skilled trades. Birmingham. Oh, Binghamton, southern tier of New York, 70 miles south of Syracuse. Ah. The only place I've been in New York is, of course, New York City. When I worked in the corporate world, I used to have to travel there quite a bit. I used to work for Verizon, and my transition over, I worked for them for, well, we call it 19 years because I started with GTE, which became Verizon, and then Frontier Communications bought out a portion of their regions. I'm in North Idaho. I'm actually, I think I'm about an hour and a half south of the Canadian border. We're in northern Idaho. We're just across. I don't know how familiar you are with the Northwest, but we're close to the top of the state. I love it up here. I grew up in the Midwest, South. Yes, far away. But I love it over here. I love the seasons. I love the mountains in the area. I like the fact if I want to go to like a plains area, I'm not too far from driving there. I mean, there's so much landscape variety over here between here and Washington. It's pretty nice. I'm less than a day's away from the ocean. Of course, it's cold ocean. I'm sure just like New York or any over there. As I pretend like I know geography. When I left the corporate world, I pretty much decided I was going to play stupid the rest of my life. just because I feel like I thought enough when I was for somebody else. 4.5 inch diameter. I think you measure TV screen's diameter. 4.5 inch. So, you've never been to Idaho. You know what? Don't feel bad. Not too many people have. In fact, most people confuse Idaho with Iowa. You have a great night, and hope everything goes well with your daughter. Have a good night. Okay, I gotta take a few things out to the floor, and 6196. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like Halloween shot glasses. And a Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Rings. Oh, it's got a little flasher on it. Probably needs new batteries. Yes, but I think I have batteries. December 2001. I can't read that. Oh, Strider. I don't know who. I don't know if that was a restaurant that manufactured those or put those out as a promo. December 2001 Strider Fellowship of the Rings glass. Of course, I don't see any of those listed. That's maybe if I change it to goblet, because Looks like they came in a set. They don't go for a ton on eBay, but we're going to spooky. I'm just getting to tell you. Oh, I was going to plug in the DeWalt. It would be nice if that charged. We'll plug a battery in. Actually, I'm going to switch out the battery that's in there. And hopefully that high pitch humming doesn't mean it's going to blow up. Hello. Let's see. What? I have likes in Instagram. I feel so appreciated when I get the hearts on my Instagram post. This is one of those lots that probably isn't going to bring a ton of money to the consignor, but I listed them anyway. You're going to have to deal with me taking off my shoes. Hey, what's up, Deldon? Thanks. Your store's looking great. Did you ever get those lampshades on? I've been dying for those to be covered up. You keep talking about it. One of these days I want to figure the whole, figure out the setup for the StreamYard. Usually it's me and Kathleen. I think I'm going to have to set up a separate camera and account so that she can be on one window and I can have a camera over there going for her. I've been trying different things. I did set up, you talked about doing the GoPro for the camera. I'm just using I'm just doing it for the live feed, just so that when I go out on the floor I can transition over and show where I'm going so people aren't just, because I still have to work. But I figured out how to, I just did the live feed on my camera over through OBS. That's my aisle I'm working on going down. I talked to a marketing person the other day, someone that, well, she's no longer in marketing, but she did marketing down in California. I think she's retired now. But she went through some good points for me. So I'm going to be working towards cleaning up the store, arranging things, getting all my art back up on the wall. I had good intentions when I bought all the hooks, but rearranging some shelves just to make it look a lot cleaner in here. I'm in such a compact space that I feel like I've started using that as an excuse for not organizing better, and I just need to get off my butt and do it. But it sounds like you're getting closer and closer to your grand opening. Oh, that's going to be a good picture there. Well, as good a picture. Oh, you opened today. I haven't seen the updates yet, but I've been pretty swamped. I'm about 50 lots. I saw that, well, I take that. I watched most of the video where you had a bunch of your morning starts, which it encouraged me to do the same. I start a lot of mornings where I start content and then I never get to the end of it, and I'm like, damn it, how can I just post, 5 minutes of me talking on the way to work? I just need to do it just to get some more videos out there, make sure that it's consistent. I don't think the live feeds are doing that great for us. It's because it's really pretty boring, us sitting here. It's a lot easier when there's a more interactive chat. But it is what it is. And sometimes I can't talk when I'm trying to type. It has an LED base attachment. I was going to see if I've got batteries. I thought I brought them in here. In one of the auction lots we had a ton of watch batteries. And now I can't find one of them. But we start organizing all this. I know it doesn't look that much like we've done much, but we actually did. We put all of our eBay stuff on the back. I'm putting another eBay shelf over here, and with the delay, I don't know where you're seeing, but it still looks like a mess. But it's ordered mess at least. I've got all of my I've got everything zoomed in. That's why I've got everything. Oh, fun! Is Mike still doing videos? I have not. I pretty much lost contact with most of the reseller world when I stopped doing videos to focus more on the business. I think these are all plastic. This is one of those lots I don't get excited about. But I list it anyway because they bring me a lot of good stuff too. So I'm getting to the point where I'm saying no to a lot more. I thought I'd be able to find a box or something to put this stuff in. I'm going to tell you, I did not even make it to the post office today. I feel like such an idiot. Thanks for reminding me. There are so many places that I need improvement that I will go and check first thing in the morning. In fact, I'm going to set a reminder right now. Calendar. I have no excuse. 8 a.m. because I will be awake then. Check mail. Delden coins. They've got to be there by now. I didn't put much up this week. They've kind of, when the silver market tanked, and the drill. Some of the coins I had that I had bought when it was a little bit higher, it's kind of a game you play. I it got to the point where I think we were almost saturating it a little bit, and then I think we didn't put as many up this week, but we'll be back at it. We just kind of get people to Jones a little bit more um, for coins again. I'll be right back. When I'm up here late at night, I gotta be more aware of what I do so I don't end up scratching my butt or something, or my pants falling down. Let's see, this consigner, I have two things over there plugged in waiting. I do have these sombreros. Hey, and they fit me. Two sombreros. These are fancy. They have Arriba, handle, toma cerveza. That's me trying to speak Spanish, which I absolutely know none of. My wife can speak pretty good. She can speak it well. These are actually made in Mexico. Somebody's just going to have these. I always have. I might do some bullion or some silver rounds, and maybe I'll throw a bar on. The I should actually have gloves on. You're gonna cringe. I keep a slew of these. Okay, man, we'll see you later. Oh. Nobody ever gets to this point in my live streams. Here, let me get something out of the safe. That would be a pretty hefty price. Oh, we'll have to do a live or just a private later, or some other day. It was 100 and a 10 and a handful of singles. It'll get locked back up. They're pretty. Okay, well, even though I don't make it leave comments all the time, I do jump in and watch your videos on the way back and forth to work and wherever I'm going. So keep putting the content out, man. I enjoy watching it, and I like following the progression of your store and stuff. I'm gonna put the made in Mexico even. Bands. And you too. We'll see you later. Talk to you later. Where'd I put my tape measure? Oh, come on. 21 inches in diameter. I don't know the words to this song. I'll try to sing it anyway now, with words I make up on my own. Get the dust off of them. One size fits most. I forgot I have to get some more lots to bring in here to photograph. Filled up my cart. We got a DVD player, I bet you, with all the cords, a remote in a case, portable for your watching enjoyment. AudioVox. That's the only brand of car stereo I can afford in my younger days. I think it was AudioVox that I used to buy. So it comes with that. What do you use for power on these? DC. The one thing it does not have that I have not found is the DC cords, which I probably have some in the back. But I have no way of testing them. DC in, car plug 12 volt, DC in 9. I'm going to go look real quick and see if I can find some real quick. I don't know which cord fits. We'll see if any of these fit. That one does not. Darn it. Of course, all the ones I picked up do not fit it. Maybe I should look at the... Maybe I should look at the specs on the handle. 12 volt, input 20. Yeah, that's going to be too much. This might fit close. This might be close. We'll see. Nope. Dang it. DC car plug. DC 9-volt in. And this was a 9.5. I figured it would be a far stretch if I had the right one. If I could just find one, that would be... Oh, look at there. That's kind of a bizarre end on the... Maybe I should just say it doesn't include... That's a size though. I should probably just leave it as is and have people see. It's that big of a cord, but that one wire just looks. Okay, I'm just going to say that I found a couple of cords lying around the shop. See, that one doesn't fit. I just knew it was going to. I'm just going to leave it out. Leave them out and say no AC car plugs. Okay. We're just going to leave it at that. No. Dude, where's my car? That might be my test CD. Dude, no, what's mine say? Sweet, no, what does mine say? Dude. It does have the other cables though. One thing drives me nuts if all the cords aren't put together in a neat fashion. So of course I am kind of anal about rubber banding everything together. It just looks a lot nicer, especially if I'm taking photos with the cords and have a big old pile, big old mess of cords just hanging there. I might have to get some more rubber bands. That's going to be a big expense because, like I said, anything that has a cord on it, I like to make sure that they're untangled. And the one skill that I have is untangling cords. And I think that probably came from the years. I used to take my kids fishing all the time. And if you've ever taken children fishing, any avid fisherman will know that they spend more time untangling their kids' lines than actually doing any fishing themselves. And you just learn that's part of taking your kids fishing, is untangling a line. You don't actually get to do much fishing yourself unless you have a gifted child that automatically knows how to fish and catches on relatively quickly on how to cast, how to retrieve, and how to keep their fishing line out of the trees, the high lines, the rocks, themselves, their siblings, most importantly you. AudioVox. Of course, modern technology wouldn't know what AudioVox is. Try to change it to audiobook. Car DVD players. Dual. Let's put dual in there. With remote and headset. Don't know why it's trying to correct my word with tenor. And there is no car plugs. They're going to have to buy those on their own. Try that again without throwing in the Budweiser Lizards mug in the background. And we'll throw those back in. I'm going to do that one going there, this one will go in here. are the cords and the headsets and the remote in this part compartment. No marking on the fruit canisters. Sometimes they'll be up under the lid. So I don't see anything. Canisters seem to do pretty good for us. Okay. Three canister set. And those are fruit themed. And let's play test Google image search. eBay image search. Heritage Mint Black. Oh, there they are right there. It looks like them. Certified. Oh no, because those don't have the... That might be them right there. Bassano. They're made to look like the Bassano. I spent about as much time as I want to on them. I did not see any chips. Did not feel any chips there. One habit to get into if you're doing any type of glass is run your finger around the edges to see if you feel any chips or cracks or breaks or anything. That's the easiest way to tell. Easter's coming up. Let's test the Easter market. I am going to say all I see is P and an R. I am guessing this says spring. Which it does. We're going to see if I can tie this across there. Just temporary, Mike. This is probably 6. Let's just say 12. It's probably closer to 11 feet. Actually, I can take it like this. Take a measurement that way and take it times 4. That would be easy. Hey, how's it going? So 32. Let's just say it's 2.5. We're gonna say 10 feet long on this one. I'm doing. My camera is like all wonky now. What did I do? I must have bumped it. Just trying to change the zoom so it's not so. Hey, and it says spring. There we go. Oh, funny, I counted all of those. Spring banners. And 3 wooden bunnies. Those bunnies were $8.99 new. And you get each. That was each. At our auction, you could probably get these for under 10 for all of it. I'm going to guess 15, but the one down here looks almost homemade. That is the wrong string to be trying to pull a sled knot through. Again, my skills of untying knots paid off. Actually, all these look like they're handmade. Oops, I did it again. I need something to put these things in. I'm gonna grab a box real quick. I don't know where my pocket knife went. I actually have a utility knife out on the floor. I'm too lazy to go grab it, so I'll just use these scissors. Oh, I don't know if I want to see what lot I'm on after I finish this or not. It's like a Boy Scout lot here. So that's an old ball cap. Of course, I think Boy Scouts has declined. I think that they are going. These are probably from the days before the Boy Scouts. I don't know. I saw an article the other day. What's this? Shelby Cobra. It's a Shelby Cobra hanky. This is all fairly new stuff. These pants look brand new. I don't know what size they are, but I don't think these Boy Scout uniforms are that old. Camporee, Boy Scouts of America. Centennial. It's got the Centennial patch. Piedmont Council, California, quartermaster. And we'll put this in clothing, maybe $3.90. I'm throwing the Shelby Cobra handkerchief. Just because I don't have anything else to put it with. I don't know what. Randomly, there is it looks like a scarf holder, and it says "Top of the World, Mount Everest." My name is there. I would be surprised if whoever these clothes belong to, if their scarf was really, their name was really there, because that'd be quite quite the task. A large canteen. He shops the same place I do. Got that. The auction lot stickers from the other auction house. It's a whole different breed of folks that go to live auction versus online, which I try to convert live auction people over, but most of them are old timers, or a lot of them are old timers, and pretty much stuck in their ways. I never can get these to work. I think it's just all the batteries always need replaced in them. I don't know if either one of those are going to work. Dang, it is a nice basket, but man, it's filthy. That makes me worried when those batteries hiss like that. I almost need to vacuum this stuff out. That one might go back to, or just, I can't, man, all of it's, I can't put stuff through that has a lot of dog hair in it. I'm gonna see where I'm at on lots. 257. Only 43 more to go. I have all that pipe stuff that I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably photograph. I hope it just airs out before I get back. Well, folks, I'm going to get busy listing. I'm going to knock out for now. Those of you that came in, I do appreciate it. It is getting late here, but I still need to get quite a few more lots done to get caught back up. For those that are just wondering, that is a Greyhound whirligig. But anyway, we'll catch you next time. Yeah, have a great night.